What's up, gearheads? It's Trev, and today at the garage I'm going to attempt to restore my VIS carbon Kevlar hood. I had a request a while back in the comment section to do a video on polishing carbon. I actually attempted just to polish, hand polish, shot that video. It was kind of dark, so the lighting, dark out, obviously not good lighting, and the hood turned out like crap. It actually got worse. So I basically scrapped almost all that video. You might see a couple of snippets here, but now that means I need to get serious. Now the plan, of course, is to eventually get really serious, and I'm going to re-clear coat the hood when I paint the whole car. But in the meantime, just for a little bit of fun and to look a little better than this, I'm going to have to get almost all the way serious. I'm going to be using a bunch of products today. I've got rubbing compound, polishing compound, polish, cleaner wax, and regular wax. So this might take a little bit of time. Now it's important to remember that compounds and polish are not wax. They're actually designed to remove a thin layer of clear coat. Wax should be applied after you are done polishing. Now with compounding and polishing, it's important to remember you don't want these to dry. You will have a much better time if you wipe everything off while it's still wet. It says it right in the instructions. Now the differences between my rubbing compound, polishing compound, and polish: these are pastes, this is a liquid. These are applied in a back and forth motion, this is applied like wax in a circular motion. So keep in mind, polishing compound and polish are two different things. Alright, I'm going to start with rubbing compound. As per the directions, I got my applicator pad damp, and I've got my terry towel close at hand so I can wipe away this stuff real fast, because like I said, don't let it dry. Good thick stuff.
Let's go.
Now this stuff looks like it works great at removing oxidation at first, but then after it dries up a little bit, you can see there's a difference. I might just have to do a few coats of this rubbing compound before I even step down to the polishing compound. Alright, so about halfway across the hood, so you can definitely see the difference. Looks like it's working a little bit. I don't know what it looks like on your screen. In person here, you can see a difference. And I think on my camera screen, it might be exaggerated slightly, but it's pretty close to how it actually looks. You can see where I stopped here. So, it's making a little bit of progress. I mean, the hood still looks just like crap. I don't really think I can expect any miracles. Truth be told, this thing just downright needs repainted. But we'll keep going for now, see what it comes out to be like. although the hood's not pure white anymore, it's definitely still pretty bad. Still some compound on there. Oh yeah, actually, if you really look like that, I think you can kind of see some of the lines of leftover compound on there. I think I might give it another coat of the rubbing compound, then I'll step it down to the polishing compound. This hood is pretty sorry condition. Man, I'll tell you what, it might be November, but it's warm after doing this for a while. So here we are after 2 coats of rubbing compound. Hood is at least not white, though very streaky looking. So now I'm going to grab a fresh applicator, get it a little moist, and I'm going to switch to this stuff. And I'm going to do the exact same thing all over again.
Keep moving. Keep moving. 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 All right, check this out. Moving. KamalSupreme. Moving. Keep moving.
Alright, my fingers are getting really achy. It's looking a little bit better. It still looks pretty bad, but it's definitely getting better. This took out, it's supposed to be green, pulled out more red than anything, so that just shows you how thick this other stuff lays on. Looking a little better. I mean, I guess the thing I need to keep in mind with this hood is it's carbon Kevlar, not carbon fiber. So it's gonna have like a brown look. Actually, in the screen with you guys here. Actually, in the screen it looks pretty good on camera. I don't know what you guys are seeing, but probably looks better on camera than it does in person. I'm debating on a second coat of this. Or if I just want to go straight to the liquid polish. I am not sure. I might just go straight to the polish. Okay. I've decided I'm too tired to do another coat of this polishing compound. I got a damp terry towel. I'm just going to give the hood a wipe down to try and get rid of any buildup compound that's left on it. And then, after I'm done wiping the hood down, I'll switch to the polish. Now, polish is applied like wax, but similar to the compound, you do not want this to dry. So with the polish, you're going to work in some sections. The directions say about 2 square feet. I prefer even less than that. You apply it in a circular motion, and then you wipe it off before it's got a chance to dry. Let's get to it. Well, it's starting to look a little more like a carbon hood again. I don't know if this is going to haze over or not. You can see there's a lot of swirl marks I'm having trouble getting out. I'm still pulling a lot of red of that rubbing compound out of there. I think I might do one more coat on this clean side with just the polishing compound and see how it looks then. So that's 2 coats of polish down now. I gotta say, it is starting to look like carbon again at least. Though it's not exactly shiny. Of course, it's not supposed to be shiny after you polish it. That's what the wax is for. But the polish, well, it should be kind of shiny after polishing. I doubt that you'll see it on camera, but if you look really, really close, you can actually see that the clear coat it's not smooth, it's rough. It's breaking down in a lot of spots. You see little cracks everywhere. That's actually stress cracks. I just mean like you could see, you can almost see it there. You can almost see it there off the reflection of the light right here. How it's kind of pitted. So the clear coat is just hurt. This right here is probably the only section that's coming out nice so far. And you can see that's shiny. I got my reflection a little bit in there. The rest of the hood's pretty dim. You got my shadow, but no reflection. This is kind of what it looked like the first time I polished it, actually. And then it hazed over the next day. It feels really rough right here. So, now I'm going to do a coat of cleaner wax to try and lift up whatever compound and polish is left on there. I'm running out of cleaner wax. And then after the cleaner wax, I'm going to do some regular wax. So I'm sure you guys know how to wax a car, so I'm just going to get to it and I'll be right back.
Let's go.
Well guys, ta-da! That's it. Doesn't look all nice and shiny and show car, but after 2 coats of wax and all that other work, looks like carbon again. This is like the only section that turned out really nice. That came out great. Got rid of the white sections over here in the corners. That looks awesome. The rest of it, you can see the difference in the shine. The sun has just killed this. And it's funny, these like cleaner looking spots that you see, those spots are actually where the clear coat first started to fail. So it's kind of interesting how it's flip-flop now. Anyway, that's how to compound and polish. If you have a buffing wheel, that'll make a big difference. I could probably bring this back way better if I used the polish, not the compound, but the actual polish, and then the wax with a buffing wheel. I'll bet you that would be a night and day difference between what I can do by hand. Most of us don't have a polishing wheel though, or buffing wheel, whatever you want to call it. One thing to keep in mind, polishing carbon, you're polishing paint. It's the clear coat, nothing special about carbon. If you've got any nasty blemishes in your clear coat, you can use that process on any part of the body. Although keep in mind that if you have a single stage paint job, you're going to be taking off color with any of those compounds, not just clear coat. If you have a base clear, then you're just taking off a layer of clear coat. Not sure how that would work on a single stage. I'm sure it would still clean it up. You might want to be a little more careful about though. But I think that pretty much does it. I might show you guys what this looks like in a couple of days after sitting out in the sun, just in case it hazes over again. Hopefully not. That would be a lot of work to end up with nothing. But until I paint the car next year, that's actually a pretty big improvement. I'm satisfied with that. I'm not entirely happy with it, but considering what I had to begin to work with, I'm pretty satisfied with that. At least you can tell what it is and it doesn't look like total crap anymore. I'll show you guys the clip of what this thing looks like in the sunlight in a couple of days. Until then, talk to you later. Okay, it's a little noisy because there's a tow truck outside, but this is probably a month after doing the compounding and waxing to the hood. So just finished washing the car, and it looks pretty decent. It does not look bad at all compared to what it was before. So I've noticed when it sits out in the sun, it tends to haze over a little bit more.
But I've got to say, for as bad condition as this hood was in, I'm overall satisfied.